Welcome back to I've Got Something to Tell You with Tayler and
Colleen.
Woo!
Yeah.
So this is the first episode since our live podcast at Jared's.
Which was so fun. Like,
really fun. We had technical difficulties in the beginning, but
like only minor. Like, we got it figured out and we won't have them again.
Yeah. But we had the projector this time, and it was a hit, at least to us.
Oh my God. It was...
I think to everyone, too.
I know. Honestly, for the people that came out to that show, they're like, I'm sorry. When I've listened back to that episode because I was like, am I recalling this the same way that I feel like it happened? Because like, I feel like people were laughing so hard.
Yeah, there was somebody's laugh that was sitting close to the camera. It was giving me so much confidence. I was like, thank you.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. So we're going to be using that every time now.
Yeah.
Because we got our own projector. Mm-hmm. So whether you're at Bottle Shop or Jared's, we'll be having visuals.
Sure will.
And you also shared them on Instagram. So if you don't live in Arizona, you can get a little look on social media.
Taylor's doll.
It's not my doll.
Well, Taylor's doll story. I was just like, are we going to change the picture at some point? Like,
he was creeping up behind you.
Yeah. Like, she was like, don't look at the eye. Don't look at him in the eyes. Mm-hmm. Don't talk about him. But also, like, we're going to be talking about him. And I'm just like, cool. He's like literally right behind me.
You can talk about him, just don't talk shit about the appearance.
Right.
When I was writing the story, obviously other people covered that story too, and they were saying when they recorded it, like, weird things are happening. So I was trying not even... Even when I saw a picture, I was like, don't even think it, bitch. Because sometimes I was like... Oh.
Just put that thought way back in your head.
You look great.
It's stunning.
And that's not even sarcasm.
But you said,
look amazing.
Yeah, he would know if we were
being a fake bitch.
Yeah.
He probably would.
He feels it.
He's a little snarky.
He is a little snarky, which also I appreciate.
Yeah. I know, and I didn't even put everything in there, but his mouth got pretty crazy.
I know, there was one point you were just like, just use your imagination.
Yeah.
What he said, and I was like, I will not.
I know, I was going to tell you about that after, but I forgot. But we got time after this. So I was like, not everyone needs to hear this in the audience.
Yeah. Some things are not suitable for live audiences.
Exactly. But anyway, it was really fun. So everyone we met was really, really cool.
Yeah, seriously. They were so cool. There was one guy that I forget what I said, but he sighed. And I was just like, I'm sorry. That's just, you came here. Like, this is how you chose to spend your Thursday night. These are my jokes.
He's like, I get it.
Yeah. But I did talk to him.
It's the Colleen sense of humor.
I'm sorry. I know. It's too punny. Oh, I actually think it was a nose joke. And I wanted to be like, was that too on the nose for you?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that because we were dying about the no-nose. Mm. I was like, she had no what? And if you don't know what we're talking about, go back an episode and listen to it.
Mm-hmm. I think it was episode 70. That was our 70th episode.
I also saw we have a total of 100 episodes now.
That's
including bonus, not full episodes.
Oh, yeah. I feel like we hit that a long time ago, actually.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just saw it recently. I was like, damn.
Yeah. But
that's crazy.
Between bonuses, listener stories, yeah, we're well over 100. That's nuts, though.
I know.
What are we going to do for our 100th?
We got to do something big.
We got 30 more before. I guess we have time to plan.
We got plenty. We got time to plan, but at the same time, I feel like it always comes up quick.
Yeah, that's true.
Because even our 50th episode came up really fast.
I was thinking about that the other day. How fun was that when we recorded at Hanny's for our 50th episode?
I'm glad you said that because I was like, what am
I doing? I guess it means nothing to you.
It means everything. But like, I was just thinking back to our Christmas party because I thought we were planning it at the Christmas party, and I was like, what was it again?
Well, that's when you guys made me call, I forget the hotel.
The Arizona Grand.
And everybody was like yelling at me in the background. And I was like, Miss, I am so sorry. I'm just trying to understand if you have availability.
Norman kept talking like he was on the phone.
Yeah. Overstimulated.
But then I know, it was so funny. And that was also when you said major minor, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. I was like, classic. Colleen.
Classic.
But anyway. What else? Oh, we also have another live show coming up.
Sure do. With the projector.
Special guest.
We should name our projector. What should his name be? Major, minor?
Actually, yeah, can it be? Major, minor projector.
He's projecting his feelings.
It could be Polly for short. Polly projector.
Polly projector. I love that. All right, Polly. I love it. With an Polly or Paulie. Polly, because then he can be like Polly D
from Jersey Shore.
Yeah. Done.
Done and done.
Yeah.
Okay, so
great brainstorm. Great meeting.
We figured that one out quick. So Sunday,
Polly D projector.
Polly D projector. Don't forget the D. Polly D.
Perfect.
Okay, so
moving on.
I keep wanting to say September 28th for some reason. June 28th, Bottle Shop, 4:00 p.m., featuring Polly D projector. And yeah, be there.
We have to dress him up with the hair and everything.
Oh, we could. That'd be cute.
So cute. Norman's gonna hate us.
He already does. I'm just kidding.
He hates how much he loves us.
Exactly. Thanks, Norman.
Thanks, Norman.
But anyway, should we get into our stories for
Sure.
this week? You ready?
Yeah.
Colleen, I've got something to tell you, and we are going to talk about the Oakville Blobs that you said you haven't heard about.
I haven't. Wait.
I for sure thought you were going to know.
We've talked about, well, no. I was going to say we've talked about something in Oakville before, I feel like, but maybe.
It sounded familiar. And this is in Washington. So.
All right, tell me all about it. Where in Washington does this take place?
Oakville.
Oakville?
Okay, so Oakville, Washington, a tiny town with only 665 residents, is the kind of place where rain is nothing unusual. In the Pacific Northwest, residents are accustomed to gray skies, misty mornings, and endless drizzle. But on August 7th, 1994, the people of Oakville woke up to something falling from the sky, but it wasn't rain. Around 3 a.m., a storm passed through the small community. At first, nobody thought much of it because this town averages 50 inches of rain a year. But as daylight arrived, residents noticed something unusual covering cars, rooftops, fields, and roads. They were tiny, clear, gelatinous blobs.
I was going to say, now this sounds familiar.
Yeah, I'm sure you've heard of it. And they're like really tiny blobs.
Yeah.
They looked almost like hailstones at first glance, but when touched, they felt like gelatin. Witnesses described them as translucent, jelly-like globs, roughly the size of rice grains. One of the first witnesses was Officer David Lacey. While on patrol, he noticed the substance hitting his windshield, but when he activated his wipers, instead of clearing away, the material smeared across the glass, which disgusting. Curious and concerned, Lacey stopped at a gas station and examined the substance. He picked it up and later described it feeling like Jell-O.
Yuck.
Which I would not.
Sorry, that Jell-O?
I know. I just imagine someone going like this with their finger and it like sticking to both sides.
I just imagine flubber.
Ew. Blubba.
Flubba.
Blubba falling from the sky.
Yuck.
Over the next 3 weeks, the blobs fell from the sky 5 more times, always within the same general area around Oakville, along with a spike in hospital visits. All of the patients were diagnosed with flu-like symptoms, inner ear issues, and respiratory issues. So they said it wasn't like an ordinary flu. You wouldn't be down for a week. You'd be sick for like 2 to 3 months.
Oh my God.
So after Officer Lacey touched the substance, he got violently ill with respiratory issues. Another resident, Dottie Hearn, stepped outside and found the strange material scattered everywhere around her property. She became severely ill, suffered dizziness, nausea, and weakness so intense that she eventually collapsed on her bathroom floor. Her daughter, Sunny, found her pale, drenched in sweat, and barely able to move.
Oh.
She said she was cold, drenched with perspiration. My mom had been vomiting. She had extreme vertigo. Vision was blurry. And then she also said, for some reason, as we were going out the door, I remembered the substance and wondered if perhaps it might have some sort of effect on her.
You think?
She's like, the substance. So she collected a sample of the blobs and brought it to the hospital. And also, after she collected the blobs for the hospital later on, she also got sick because she touched it. But she only had minor bouts of nausea and fatigue, not like her mom. So Dottie was hospitalized for several days, and while she was there, they diagnosed her with a severe ear infection. When a lab tech examined the blob, they found that the substance contained human white blood cells.
Oh my God.
The mysterious substance was quickly sent to the Washington State Department of Ecology Hazardous Material Unit. Long ass name. Where they found that a number of the cells of various sizes were from creatures that were unknown, and they also lacked a nuclei, meaning they were not white blood cells. So this unit was unequipped to identify biological cells, so they sent the sample to the Washington State Department of Health for analysis. Microbiologist Mike McDowell examined the sample and discovered it contained 2 different species of bacteria that were common and that could cause pneumonia and infections in humans. And they also thrived in moist environments. I know, I hate that word too. I guess I could have said damp environments.
I just don't like that they thrive in an environment that is a word that we don't like.
They're thriving.
Yeah.
So nearly a year after Dottie became ill, the sample was tested a 4th time and sent to Amtest Laboratories, a private research facility in Washington. There, microbiologist Tim Davis conducted his own examination and reported seeing what appeared to be, I don't know how to say this word, and I forgot to look it up before, but it's a type of cell, and it's EUKARYOTIC. I don't know if you want to give it a shot, but
I shall not.
I can't even think of how to start saying that word. But so that kind of cell is an advanced type of cell containing a nucleus and found in most plants, animals, and other living organisms. If his observation was correct, it suggested that the mysterious substance had once been part of a living organism. So already weird that the samples are giving different things. So residents also claimed that dogs and cats that came into contact with the substance became sick. Several animals died during this time, wild animals and pets. The animals that died were found with a green film coming out of their mouth.
Oh.
I know.
Oh no.
Not the pets.
Not the pets, but green blubber.
I should have added that to the theories. That's your theory. Another resident, Beverly Roberts, said that she knew at least 12 residents that had animals that died during this time. She said that when she went to go collect the substance, she found a dead raven and a frog nearby. And that sounds a little spooky to me. That sounds more like witchcraft. Yeah. I don't know. Beverly, what are you up to? So the next day, she got sick and got intense vertigo and was in the hospital for a week. So the theories began. Theory number 1, the jellyfish bombing theory.
Okay.
At the time, military aircraft were conducting bombing exercises off the Washington coast. Some residents speculated that explosions had shredded large numbers of jellyfish in the Pacific Ocean. You were nodding your head?
I feel like when you started saying the thing or the blobs like coming from the sky, I was like, okay, I have heard this before.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I figured. I know, I've heard this a few times.
The jellyfish one is the one that stands out to me.
Really?
Yeah. Not as like what I believe, I'm just saying
like it's what you remember?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they think that the jellyfish were like sucked up by the jets that were flying by.
Right.
And according to the theory, fragments of the jellyfish were launched into the atmosphere, carried inland by weathered storms, and eventually rained down on Oakville. Which I feel like is weird. But that theory gained so much popularity that locals joked about hosting a jellyfish festival.
I love that so much. Please do.
I mean, they should either way.
Yeah. Just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
You could be the jellyfish town.
Yeah.
Instead of the blob town. So, Oakville is roughly 50 miles inland, and the blobs fell over a 3-week period. And so they were saying that I guess like the skeptics of that theory were saying there was no like rotting marine smell of like the jellyfish.
Yeah. Also, you could call it the jellyfishtival.
I love that you're still thinking about that.
I'm just thinking of all of the things that we could do. Because like the ride,
like,
imagine
I got my marketing hat on right now.
Imagine the rides. Like
they could have like a bouncy house.
And it's a jellyfish.
Yeah.
The arms. How cute would that be? And then there's just like, I think there's something called the octopus at like different, like.
Wait, like the tentacles could be going out and you could sit in it and it's like flying around in a circle like a helicopter?
Yeah.
I would not get on that ride.
Honestly.
But aesthetically, it would be cool.
Yeah.
You would get on that ride?
No, I'm not getting on any rides based on the story that
You're like, actually, I would never go to Oakville in general.
Moving on.
Okay, moving on to theory number 2, which is the most disgusting theory. Aircraft toilet waste.
Ugh.
So next theory is the blobs might have been human waste discharged from an aircraft. However, that theory quickly ran into problems because Federal Aviation Administration regulations require aircraft waste to be treated with a blue dye. And the Oakville blobs were clear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I mentioned that.
I think you did.
Oh, okay. And in addition, like, they're not supposed to release the waste in the air. So, like, they shouldn't be doing that anyway if it was, like, a 3-week period. But I guess, like, I don't know how they turn the waste into that. That is so gross to me.
That's disgusting.
And
I feel like they're just trying to find anything that would be, like, up in the sky. And they're just like, it was this.
Yeah.
It was a bird. It was a plane. It was jellyfish.
There was also another theory that I didn't put on here because I didn't look that into it. They said, I think it was like star jelly. Have you heard of that one?
No.
Okay, that one like comes from the sky. But there's like too much like science behind it. And I was just like, I can't.
I love that.
I'm like, give me the unscience back. Just kidding. Wow, I just made myself sound really easy.
No, I love it. It's relatable.
So if you want to know more about star jelly, look it up.
Look it up yourself.
And then let me know.
We're not a science podcast.
It was too science for me. Okay.
Title of the episode.
Too much science for me.
Yeah.
So theory number 3, secret military testing. So residents reported seeing military aircraft in the area around the time of the incidents. Some became convinced Oakville had been used as an hunting ground for biological agents or experiments. According to the theory, the blobs represented either a harmless test material or a biological substance designed to simulate an attack. The military has repeatedly denied any involvement, but I mean, why would they admit to that? They're like, yeah, we just want to see how sick you would get.
We got bored on a Thursday. What do you want from us? So we just did chemical warfare.
They're like, this is the perfect tiny town to do it.
Jeez.
Sonny's Dottie's daughter, Sonny, said, we had a significant amount of military aircraft flying over the home prior to this happening. While her mother, Dottie Hearn, added every day almost low-flying bombers, helicopters, and all black in color. And we kind of thought maybe it came from them. Which, good thought, Dottie. It probably did.
Love that, Dottie.
And then Beverly Roberts, the one that was talking about, like, the animals dying, she was quoted saying, maybe we were a biological experiment of some kind. Like, great thought. Probably. So, I mean, with that, no evidence has ever surfaced. But again, why would it if it's the military? Theory number 4 is my own theory, and there's nothing that backs it. It's just aliens.
Okay. I should have seen that coming. I feel like we need the, like, ancient aliens guy with you just being like, aliens.
Norman, can you input that?
Yeah.
Thank you. Aliens. I mean, I feel like if something's falling from the sky, that has to be a theory. Don't ask me what it is. I don't know.
What kind of aliens?
Like, what if... Actually, I don't know. What if it's alien waste and they're like...
Gross.
They're like, this is our bathroom.
They're literally...
Your tiny shit town.
They're literally shitting on it.
Anyway, more than 30 years later, the Oakville Blobs remain unsolved. The original samples are gone. Many of the investigators involved have passed away. Records are incomplete. Memories have faded. And no one can agree on what exactly fell from the sky. Was it jellyfish? Aircraft waste? Military experiment? Aliens? We'll never know.
The world will never know.
It remains unsolved.
Loved that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Was it what you expected?
I just don't think I remembered it. Like, but then when you start, like, the jellyfish one, that I feel like I've heard that, like, as a theory or as, like, a lore or whatever it is of, like, they...
Yeah.
Jellyfish.
I think either military experiment or...
Yeah, I knew what you thought it was.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah. But I loved that. I feel like we need to do a whole, like, episode just, I mean, Pacific Northwest, Alaska, Canada, they always got crazy stuff going.
I know, I feel like a lot of stuff happens.
All right, are you ready to get into my story?
I am.
Okay, Taylor, I've got something to tell you. And tonight we're going for a ride, but it's not going to be fun. But I am going to be telling you about amusement park accidents and deaths.
Uh-oh.
And honestly, there are so many of these that I can't tell you all of them, obviously. But I'm going to cover 3. And maybe if you like it, or if the audience likes it, we can turn it into a series, because I was shocked by the amount of
deaths.
It's everywhere. It's so much. Like, and then we could go into, like, specific parks, and, like, it's a little scary.
That is scary, because I've never been a theme park person until I feel like, well, I went to Disneyland in, I think, like 2018 or something, but I hadn't been since I was, like, a kid. I was like, I'm not a theme park person. But after I went, I was like, I love it here. It's like knowing people, like, die all the time.
Well, and I will say, like, everything that I read was that, like, they are safe. So, like, we're not shitting on theme parks by any means. But,
I'm
like,
still going to them.
Yeah. But, like, I will say that it was just shocking to me that, like, it's just not, like, when I went down the rabbit hole, there are just so many. And I will say I want to say my own experience.
You died at a theme park?
I died at a theme park. But I remember we went to Disneyland or Disney World or whatever. And we were on like the Slinky Dog ride, which is like by all means a child's roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to sit next to the person that you're riding with, and it's just like a bar that comes down over you.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband was my partner, who is significantly larger than I am.
Mm-hmm.
And so the bar came down, and I had a good amount of gap between that bar and my body. And the person was just like, "You good?" I'm like, "Bro, you tell me."
You're like, I don't work here. Am I good?
Am I going to be okay?
Yeah.
But anyways.
Wait, have you ever been on the ones where like you can move the bar? Like it usually stops at a certain point. But I remember I went on one where you could like keep moving it. And I don't know if it just adjusted to like the person. And I remember I kept moving it closer and closer because I was like, when's it going to lock? And then I was like, wait. And it was like so tight because I kept moving. I was like, I had to ride the whole thing like this. Like, now I'm like going to have a panic attack. I'm scared.
And I'll go into one story because there are supposed to be mechanisms that say like, that will give like red light, green light. Literally will be a red light, green light that says like it's supposed to indicate how close it is to your body so that it will show to the operator, yes, this is tight enough for this person's body. And so like they'll lock it until that like the green light goes on.
Well, I love that. Then you can see it.
You won't after this.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. It's anyways. So I looked up some statistics just to put into perspective how many accidents and such happen at theme parks. So I looked up shark attacks just to like, again, give us some stats on your biggest fear, which is the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And you're welcome. So shark attacks worldwide, there are usually about 50 to 70 unprovoked shark attacks a year, with 4 to 10 fatalities a year.
Mm-hmm.
I said, so that's your biggest fear. Me, I'm scared of a lot of things, but we all know my biggest phobia is butterflies. And
how many butterfly deaths?
Butterflies cause up to 0 deaths. So I pulled a stat from my other fear, which is snakes, because I feel like I've been seeing a lot of snakes lately.
Oh, yeah, you have.
I know. And in the US, approximately 7,000 to 8,000 people are bitten by venomous snakes annually, with about 5 deaths per year. Now, amusement parks. During the summer months, there are about 20 amusement park ride-related injuries a day, serious enough to warrant going to the emergency room. That is just on kids.
That's crazy.
According to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, there are around 30,000 to 43,000 amusement ride-related emergency room visits per year.
That's insane. Like, what are you doing?
Okay, so now, obviously not all deadly or life-threatening, but still, those stats are crazy.
Yeah.
And I decided, because there's so many, that I tried to pick different rides.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to hit all the fears today.
I love that there was multiple per ride that you're just like, I have to go with this one.
Literally, it was just like roller coaster derailed. I was like, oh my God. Like, so we're doing different rides, different stories. I've got 3 of them. Let's get into it.
Okay.
First up is incident number 1. The haunted castle fire on May 11th, 1984 at Six Flags in Jackson Township, New Jersey. The haunted castle is an attraction that had originally opened in 1978 to help the park sell tickets during the fall or spooky season. But it quickly became one of Six Flags' most popular attractions. From the outside, it looked basically how you'd expect it to look. It was built to be this medieval-style foreboding castle that was larger than life. There were fake stone walls, looming towers. It was decorated on the outside with monsters, skulls, and even gargoyles. and it even had a drawbridge entrance across a moat. Once guests crossed the drawbridge and entered the attraction, they were plunged into darkness. The path through the castle stretched for roughly 450 feet and twisted through a maze of narrow hallways and rooms. It was meant for visitors to be slightly blinded and not see clearly where they were going. The attraction also had strobe lights, smoke machines, weird sounds playing like screams of terror, or you could hear the other guests scream as they would be scared by the haunted actors hired to dress as different horror characters and would jump out to scare them. They also had different themed setups or stations, so like people would be going through this kind of maze, which it's a little disorienting, but it's clearly meant to move people through in one direction.
Mm-hmm.
But so you would like stumble upon this different room or station. One of the stations was decorated as our girl, Lizzie Borden. Which I was like, love that. But okay, essentially this was the scary haunted house of the park. It's dark and people are jumping out at you, so hearing human screams wasn't unusual.
Yeah.
But that's what makes this one so dark. Because on May 11th, 1984, those screams of horror that were usually mixed with a little bit of fun turned into actual, real horror. May 11th was a Friday night and Six Flags was open. And of course, if you're going to Six Flags on Friday night, you have to hit up one of the most popular attractions, the Haunted Castle. So something to also note is that the Haunted Castle had two sides you could go through. They were both identical mazes, but it was essentially set up as these like trailers that they had the mazes set up. Everything was like styrofoam built up around it.
Mm-hmm.
And they would open both sides to like filter people through if it was busy. But this night was not busy, so they only had one side open.
Okay.
And at about 6:30 p.m. that night, 30 people had entered the Haunted Castle's right open side. But unbeknownst to them, in the very back of the maze in the far left corner, a young teenage boy had lit a lighter to be able to see better in the dark attraction. Now, as I mentioned, the castle was built with fake stone walls and large towers, all of which were made from plywood, foam padding, tar paper, and that is just the structure. Inside, the whole place was covered with fabric and paper products made to look like real castle decorations. That small lighter that boy lit caught it all.
Oh my God.
So we have 30 people all in the dark where lights, screams, and smoke are considered totally normal. But this becomes very much real. So essentially, this fire starts, and survivors who we'll go into later, survivors said that when they first heard the screaming, they thought it was just another part of the experience. When smoke started filling the halls, they figured it was just another illusion by the park operators. It wasn't until the screaming became different. It wasn't followed by laughter. It was people screaming for their lives. That panic spread as quickly as the fire. People started running towards what they thought were the exits, but remember, this was supposed to be a dark maze-like experience. So they are stumbling over each other, bumping into walls, frantically trying to remember what direction they came from and what direction to go. Employees of the attraction, as well as the park, were desperately trying to get people out. The fire department showed up and put out the fire as they took count of the survivors. They were positive that everyone had made it out alive. It wasn't until they went through the rubble that they found 8 bodies that they said were so burned, they actually thought they were burned mannequins from the sets.
That's crazy.
It turns out those 8 bodies belonged to 8 teenagers who were trapped in the hallways. 8 teenage friends who had gone out together that night, all burned to death in the accident. The names of them are Doris Black, John Callahan, Michael Mundy, Keith Mulholland, William Passarelli, Francis Seitz, Peter Seitz, and Leslie Coombs. So essentially what happened is this fire started from this kid lighting the match or lighting
the lighter.
Yeah. And everything just like went up and people were kind of disoriented because they're in the dark. They're used to hearing screams in this thing. And so as soon as they realize it's real, they're trying to run backwards towards the entrance, but they're getting confused in this maze. So they're like stumbling over each other. They're probably crawling over people. Yeah. And these 8 kids just got trampled and hidden. So Six Flags found itself under massive outrage because this whole place was built with flammable material and basically zero protocol for fire safety. They did not have fire alarms, sprinklers, or even smoke detectors.
I didn't think about that.
Because they're setting off all of this stuff. And I'm going to give a recommendation. There's a documentary about this. Obviously, many lawsuits were filed. The families did receive settlements, but I'm sure no amount of money could make up for what they lost.
Yeah.
During the trials, they actually did not find Six Flags responsible for the fire because of a witness who said he saw the boy with the lighter. So this was ruled as arson. And Six Flags was off the hook because they can't control vandalism. So they were saying that the boy was lighting the lighter to start a fire.
Oh. Come on.
Wild.
Yeah.
So the documentary recommendation that I have is called Doorway to Hell, the mystery and controversy surrounding the fire at the haunted castle. This dives deeper into the law proceedings and other witness accounts of what happened that day. It will enrage you. They said that they had exits in that place that were locked. And
That's crazy.
So
wait, what year was this?
1984.
Oh, okay.
The haunted castle ride was closed, and in order to beautify the tragedy, Six Flags turned it into their botanical gardens.
Wow.
Unfortunately, that was only our first story of the evening. Incident number 2 is the Thunder River Rapids malfunction on October 25th, 2016.
Oh, that's too recent.
It's at Dream World in Queensland, Australia. Dream World is essentially Australia's Disneyland. It's the largest theme park with over 40 rides and attractions in Australia. Thunder River Rapids was a family-friendly, rapid-style water ride. You've seen this at other...
Yeah, no, that already sounds terrible. Like, I don't even get on those rides. I don't like
No,
water.
These are like the light ones. What do you mean you don't get on this?
Like what comes to mind for me is at Disneyland when they're on those rafts that go in the water and everyone gets wet.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Then you're exactly right.
No. We'll never get on them.
So you are seated in a large tube with 6 other ride goers strapped in, so you do have a harness, and you bounce along manufactured rapids while being spun around and sprayed with water through the ride.
Sounds like a nightmare.
I've been on this, when I watched the video of this ride, I've been on this ride, and you get drenched. It sucks.
I see those people walking around.
I feel like they actually have dryers now where you have to you can go stand in like a human.
Yeah, because I know they have ponchos too, but it doesn't do anything.
It doesn't do anything. They just pour buckets on you. Anyways. Okay. So it's pretty simple. Fun water ride. You bounce around, get wet, but it's pretty low key. It's a safe ride. You're just, fun for all. So Thunder River Rapids had always been considered the safest ride at the park. But on October 25th, 2016, a malfunction caused the deaths of 4 people. And all of this happened in a matter of 7 seconds.
Dang.
So in order for the ride to function properly, there are 2 pumps on either side of the main conveyor belt. Again, you can envision this. You get into the tube, you're on a conveyor belt, it takes you into the rapids, and when you come back up, you're brought back onto the conveyor belt to keep the tubes moving. But there are 2 pumps on either side, and those pumps are imperative for this ride. They keep the water levels high enough that the rapids will run and keep the rafts buoyant enough to run smoothly off the conveyor belt into the rapids to start the ride, and then when returning to get off the ride, back onto the conveyor belt. If the water is low, the science.
You know I don't like science.
Anyways, just know that these are important, and water levels are going to be important.
Okay.
So, on October 25th, 2016, though, these pumps had broken twice throughout the day, causing the ride to close down each time. Engineers would identify the pump stopping and would frantically fix it to get the ride working again. By 2 p.m. that day, they have the ride back up and functioning. That's when 2 families jumped into line to get on a ride they had been waiting to do all day. First was Kate Goodchild, who was 32. Kate had her 12-year-old daughter, Ebony, and her brother, Luke Dorset, 35, as well as Luke's partner, Ruzi Aragai, who was 38. So Kate, her daughter, brother/uncle to Ebony, and his partner. The other family was Cindy Lowe, who was 42, with her 10-year-old son, Kieran. As the 6 passengers jumped into the raft together, something happened that nobody noticed. Pump number 2 shut down, one of those very, very, very important pumps, and it began sucking water from the ride back up through it, causing the water levels to drop significantly. Those exact water levels that are needed to keep the rafts buoyant and moving safely off and on the conveyor belt. So the ride operators are running everything like normal. They send the family off on the ride, and at approximately 2:20 p.m., an empty raft ahead of the one carrying the 2 families gets stuck entering the unloading zone. It hadn't moved up the conveyor belt. Normally not a big deal, because if the water levels are correct, the following raft will come up, bump into that, and push it up.
Oh, okay.
But these water levels are low. So when the raft filled with 4 adults and 2 children come up behind the empty raft, the water can't hold them up. They strike the empty raft from the rear and begin to flip. When this happens, Luke Dorset puts his arm around his niece, 12-year-old Ebony, and pushed her to the side so she could jump off the raft. This ultimately saved her life. As people saw what was happening, one man tried to grab onto the others as the raft continued to capsize, but when he saw 10-year-old Kieran stuck and reaching out, he grabbed him off the raft and ran him over to his wife, telling the young kid to turn away. Oh. So basically what happened is this raft hit the empty raft, which caused it to capsize because it's stuck. It's not going to bump back up. It capsizes, so they're slowly turning over to hit the conveyor belt. Does that make sense? Okay.
So there's no water, right?
There is water, but there's not enough. Like, if there's enough water, they would just hit each other, and kind of like the empty raft would have moved up the conveyor belt.
So they're hitting it and they're like slowly turning the other way.
So they're hitting it, and so this is the empty raft. The raft full of people hits it. This raft is stuck. And so they're turning like this. Like, they're going
to be like face down on the conveyor belt.
Into the conveyor belt. Yes. It's Final Destination.
Literally.
Yeah. So they're capsizing face down into the conveyor belt. So now the 2 kids have been pulled from it, though. One, Ebony, who Luke saved her. The other one is a guy grabbed the young boy, and he was just like, don't look.
Mm-hmm.
The raft, now carrying Kate, Luke, Ruzy, and Cindy, completely overturned with all of them face down in the water and stuck on the moving conveyor belt. From those who witnessed it, said they will never unhear the sounds of the water, the struggle, and the mechanical noises as the remainder of the riders were crushed and drowned.
Oh my God.
This took 7 seconds.
That's crazy.
What's crazy is that there was a whole minute with that empty raft that was stuck before they hit it. The raft that nobody moved. And there was an emergency button that would have turned off the conveyor belt within seconds. So this was all avoidable.
That's crazy.
Like, and because they didn't know that pump was off, they didn't know the water levels were low.
And nobody was like watching the actual ride.
So from what I read, not only should the ride never have been reopened after the water level and pump issues were identified throughout the day, but the staff, and not that I think it's their fault, they were not properly trained to understand how dangerous it was for the water level. Like,
yeah. Well, how would they know? I feel like that's like a mechanic thing.
And
yeah.
It's also like something I read was that they were all trained on like such a wide variety of things that like somebody should have been on like pump and water levels to then indicate to somebody, like they should have delegated it to like a singular person, because if you're all like, it's training saturation. If you're watching everything, you're not going to see anything. Yeah. After the incident, several employees mentioned noticing the low water levels and not knowing it was a hit the brakes, hit the emergency button to stop everything situation. So now, due to this poor and now deadly lack of emergency training, Dreamworld is hit with lawsuit after lawsuit, as they should be. The investigation eventually uncovered failure after failure. Not only lack of emergency training, there was poor maintenance on the ride itself. There was inadequate risk assessments, like the pumps continuing to fail. Safety systems that should have existed didn't, i.e. water level lines would have stopped the ride automatically, which again means all of this was preventable. There were obviously payouts and settlements to the surviving children and their families, but I don't think any amount of money would cover that. They saw this happen.
Yeah.
There is, and I forgot to write it down, but there is a newscast on YouTube from an Australian news station, and they interview the mother of Kate and Luke, and it is devastating. She now has custody over Ebony, and she talks about how her granddaughter had to watch what happened and just like what the family has had to deal with.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine knowing that's happening and you can't do anything about it.
And to be 10 and 12.
Yeah.
And you're at, like, these are water parks, they're supposed to be fun.
Yeah. And, like, they know what's happening. Like, ugh.
All right, I've got incident number, are you ready for another one?
I'm ready.
Okay. Incident number 3. I have been here. I did not know I've been here until I told Kyle about this. Icon Park freefall in Orlando and the death of Tyree Sampson on March 24th, 2022.
That's too recent for me.
I was just going to say, when you said that, I was like, oh no. But Icon Park, I've been there. It is, you could not pay me to go on you couldn't pay me to go on the freaking what is the merry-go-round?
Ooh.
There's no way. And okay, this is going to be literally what I feel like everybody's nightmare is.
My nightmare was the last one.
Free fall. I think you already know what's going to happen.
Tell the story.
Okay. March 2022, 14-year-old Tyree Sampson took a spring break trip with his football team to Orlando, Florida. Tyree was an all-around normal and sweet kid from St. Louis, and at just 14 years old, he was already well over 6 foot and 383 pounds.
Damn.
I'm only telling you because it's important to the story. He dreamed of playing professional football, so he goes on vacation, and by all accounts, everybody was like, this kid will go on to play professional football.
Yeah.
So he goes on vacation with his football team to Orlando, Florida, and on the evening of March 24th, they decide to go to Icon Park. That's where they see the Free Fall, one of the tallest freestanding drop tower rides in the world. It's 430 feet tall, roughly the height of a 40-story building.
Dang.
The ride goes exactly as you would expect. Passengers would be seated in chairs arranged around a giant tower. A shoulder restraint would come down over them, then the ride would slowly climb higher and higher into the air until the entire city of Orlando stretched out beneath them. And then it would drop.
Mm-hmm.
Which all of this sounds like one big nope to me, but people apparently loved it. So Tyree and friends want to go on this thing. They get in line, get their spots, and get strapped in. Now, according to several witnesses, something looked a little different about Tyree's restraint compared to some of the others. Because of Tyree's size, the restraint didn't appear to come down as far as the restraints on the other riders. Which to me, even if there is a small question about how a restraint looks on a ride, you're about to go over 400 feet in the air, please don't let me go up.
Mm-hmm.
Question it.
Please stop everything.
Please stop everything. Don't even let me a foot in the air. Nobody stopped it, though. The ride operators gave the go-ahead, and this 14-year-old boy was lifted 430 feet in the air with a questionable restraint. As he was lifted, Yarnell Sampson, Tyree's father, was there and said Tyree looked nervous.
Oh.
Which, I just feel like there's nothing, he looked nervous, but I'm not trying to point fingers. I'm just saying, you're going to look nervous going up in the air 430 feet. You know what I mean? So I feel like his dad had a lot of guilt about that.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's nothing you could do. There's nothing you could do.
Yeah.
Alongside his friends and teammates, they were lifted higher and higher, and Tyree reportedly turned to his friend and said the harness was moving. Now, also at the top of the ride, they hold you there for a few seconds. Then the mechanics of the ride tilts your seat forward a bit so you're slightly facing down before the drop. After the drop starts, so that happens. And after the drop starts, something goes horribly wrong. Tyree slips out from under the restraint, and witnesses watched in horror as this boy fell to the ground.
Oh my God.
Yes. He died immediately. His dad saw it.
Well, also the fact that they have to come back down.
Oh my God. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
And then, what do? Do you stop it? Well, once again, how did this happen? It never should have. It comes down to people not saying something when they should have, and a technical malfunction. So when you talked about the harness, so the seats on these rides have a sensor light on every single one of them that will go red if not properly secured. It works by saying there's too much space between the body and the restraint.
Mm-hmm.
If it goes green, it's good to go. But Tyree's seat sensor had been manually modified, and we don't know by who.
What?
But it was in order to allow larger people on the ride. So when you see the seat sensor, it's supposed to click, like you said, click in.
Yeah.
But he was larger. They also had a 297-pound weight restriction on the ride. Tyree was 383 pounds.
Oh my God.
That 297-pound weight restriction was never communicated or posted anywhere on the ride, like by the ride. So, like, that was never told to the operators, or it should have been like outside the ride that there was a weight restriction.
Yeah.
Like, it's a safety thing.
Yeah, I feel like someone should be actually saying it. Who really reads the sign?
It should be something that is very clearly trained to the operators.
Yeah.
Because, like, again, not shaming body or anything like that, but there's a very big difference between 297 pounds and
330. Yeah.
380.
Or 380. Yeah.
Like,
that's crazy.
And so because of all of this, when the seat tilted forward at the top, Tyree came loose, and the speed of the drop was too much to keep him in.
Mm-hmm.
So 14 years old.
Terrifying.
Horrifying. After Tyree's death, his father, Yarnell Sampson, became one of the most vocal advocates for accountability from the ride operators, manufacturers, and basically everyone involved.
Mm-hmm.
His family eventually received a settlement, but as we've said before, there isn't an amount of money in the world that brings your child back. So they did get $300 million in the settlement. Again, that means nothing.
Yeah, the emotional damage of watching your son.
Guess what they decided to do with that money?
What?
2025, 3 years after Tyree's death, his family opened Tyree's snack shop in his hometown.
Cute.
It sells all of Tyree's favorite snacks,
mm-hmm.
and all of the proceeds go to helping support the community as well as keeping Tyree's memory alive. And that is our final story of the evening.
That was, I mean, I liked it.
I know.
I like the concept that you went with, because I was kind of not excited to hear about the deaths, obviously, but I was kind of excited to hear about each place, because it's so, you don't think about it like that. We go to these theme parks all the time.
I know. I feel like there's like so much more, and we've talked about, like, we both are fascinated by the darkness of Disneyland. So if people like it, maybe we can turn this into like mini episodes or something. But if they don't, I get it too, because
I like it.
Okay.
I remember when in middle school we went to Disneyland I was in orchestra and we did a Disneyland trip, and I remember, what was the ride in Disneyland that was the drop? It obviously wasn't as high, but it was still a drop. Tower of Terror.
Tower of Terror, yeah.
And I remember the same thing happened to a kid in my class. And I mean, he's a really tiny kid. It wasn't like a weight thing, but he didn't latch it all the way. And he said when it started going up, he said his was opening and he had to pull it down really quick.
Oh my God.
That's like a middle school kid.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like, I remember we had like a school carnival, and there was this thing called the Hammerhead, I want to say it was called.
That already sounds really scary.
And like, I don't like going upside down. Like, when I mentioned we went to Disney World earlier, and like, I was the one where I was like, I will try and be brave. I will try and go on as many rides as I possibly can. I don't want to go upside down. That's the only thing I don't want to do. And because when I was younger, this hammerhead thing is basically literally like, it looks like two hammers, and then it starts at the bottom, and then it just starts flipping you.
Oh,
over.
I've seen those. Yeah.
And I swear that, like, I remember it being terrifying, that like I was bouncing around in that thing. Like, my restraint was not on.
Yeah.
And so
that sounds really scary.
I don't want to go upside down. Sorry.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I was going to bring this up before you started, but I was like, I'm going to let her get into her story. But recently I saw sometime this week. It was a reel, and I don't know if you saw it too, but it was a roller coaster. I don't know if it was in the US or another country, but it was one that goes up super high, like literally
Like 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. And it got stuck at the top.
Oh,
so the people are
absolutely.
just laying down, and they had to send a rescue crane.
Oh.
So they're trying to get the people to come out and get onto the crane, and that's so scary because nobody's like holding you.
Yeah.
Like they're like grabbing you.
Oh, you want me to get on one ride and then have to ride a crane down?
Like, how are you even?
I'm sorry. I don't trust anybody at this point.
I would not trust anyone either. Because it's like, it was like a seat of like 4, like 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and they were big. So it's like, how's the other person's like, I don't even know, but it looked like terrifying. I would never go on a roller coaster like that.
No.
I like the little ones.
Yeah. Well, Slinky Dog, I'm telling you.
Slinky Dog.
It's a child's roller coaster, and I feel like I almost fell out of it.
I know. I think the last one I went on was like a baby one at Universal, the Harry Potter, the kids one.
Mm-hmm.
That was fast as fuck.
The one at Universal, I went to the Harry Potter one, and every single ride broke. Like, and they would just put us through again. I'm like, I'm sorry, sir.
Like, can I actually get out?
Yeah. I will politely decline.
And they're like, no, this is actually a test run. We need you guys to stay here.
Sorry, it broke the first time. I don't really.
Just like dangling there as a dragon's like.
I've survived one.
Imagine getting stuck in the Dementor part, though.
Oh my god!
Did they have that part in the one?
Yeah, the like with the screens or whatever. I think that's actually the part it broke down at. Now that I'm thinking about
that is scary.
And that's the one where you're literally like kind of
you're dangling.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one was fun, but it was scary.
It was fun, but it was scary.
Mm-hmm. Glad we agree on that.
Yeah.
But anyway, that wraps up our episode. I really liked that one. I agree. I think we should do like what's the word?
Series.
A series.
A follow-up.
I have no words today.
We did not at the beginning. Sorry, I know it's the end. We did not talk about Widow's Bay.
Oh, yeah, we didn't.
Do you want to talk about it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you watched the finale?
I did. Wait, the Michael Myers one?
Yeah.
That one was so
okay,
scary.
We promised. I was going to say, we promised there wasn't going to be any spoilers, and we literally...
I mean...
Whatever, go on.
You know what's coming, because... Yeah. There's spoilers, okay? So stop listening if you're watching it.
The actress, I forget her name, but the girl that's running from the boogeyman, I love her. She's so funny.
I know.
When she teases that girl, she's like, come on, she was annoying.
I was telling Seb when she's in her house and she sees the door dark and she just like freezes and starts like slowly walking. I was like, that's literally me, like in my own house.
Literally me all the time.
I know. Except there's no Michael Myers guy.
Yeah.
No, it was so good.
Oh, there's gonna be a second season. I mean, the way it ended, it has to.
For sure.
Yeah. And then we haven't talked about, I think the last one we talked about was when I just started watching it. But the Pilgrim, I guess, episode.
Oh, yeah.
When
I thought that was so funny.
That one, our favorite part, when they're like, what about your children? And it's the guy's kids that she's
yeah, and she's like, but I've just met them.
I just met them.
But she says it with her old timey like
the writing.
But I have just met them.
Oh my god, it's so good. If you guys are not watching Widow's Bay or have not watched it, you have to.
You have to. It's so good. And it's creepy but amazing.
It's creepy, but also everything that you would enjoy if you're like into the like campy, spooky stuff. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
Did we talk on the podcast about our fight? Or did I just call you about it?
Oh, I think you just called me about it.
Okay.
So if you got to go back a couple episodes, but I was telling Colleen to listen or watch episode 3. And I was like, you were going to love it. You're going to be obsessed with this episode. And Kyle was out of town. I was like, it doesn't matter. There's no monster in it. You're going to be fine.
Oh boy.
Okay, wrong episode. I meant episode 4.
Episode 3 is
so scary.
So scary. And it's literally got everything that I'm scared of. Like things in the shower, things in your back seat. Like, and thank goodness.
Things in the water.
Things in the water. And like, it's like The Ring times 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And thank goodness I watched it. I waited to watch it with Kyle, but the entire time I was like, why would Tayler think I would like this? I was like, I love.
But my favorite thing was you trying to justify it the entire time, then Kyle also trying to justify it.
I was like, well, I love a thing hunting a man down. Like, okay, I love that. I love it.
Wasn't Kyle like, don't you love that though? Like,
the guy. Yeah, and he was just like, you love a scared guy. Like, you love, this, that, or you love a scary woman. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. But like,
you're like, okay, I can maybe see it.
And I was like, okay, yeah. And then at one point I was like, Tayler, that bitch tried to set me up. I was like,
Kyle's out of town. She's going home by herself and she gets to watch the hag.
And the sea hag.
Yeah.
And I texted Tayler, I was like, we are fighting. And she was like, about what?
I was like, what happened this week?
But
I was more just like curious. I was like, wait, what did I do?
I was like, you are dead to me and we're never talking again.
No, if you watched it when he was out of town, I think I really would have been dead to you because
it's so scary.
I could not watch that by myself.
It's so good, but it's so scary. The part in the bathroom when he walks in on her and she's like,
oh, when he's in the bathtub and he's hiding. Yeah.
I mean, I've heard the episode. I don't actually think I've seen most of it.
Yeah. And then the girl he's on the date with and she ends up being a normal girl.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that part. I was like, she's her.
I know. I thought for sure.
I mean, she was psycho on her own, though.
Yeah, she was a little nuts.
Yeah. But episode 4, that one is iconic.
It is.
Yeah. But our husbands both did the same thing to us where they made us rewatch one scene. Don't say it. Don't say it. We said no spoilers and we've just spoiled like 4 episodes.
I mean, I said we're spoiling.
Just look at the mirror. Just make sure to look at the mirror.
Pay close attention because Seb rewinded and I was like, you did not need to do that. You could have just told me.
My subconscious was protecting me that I didn't see it the first time.
I know, it blocked it out for us and then they made us watch it.
They were like, no, you have to see it.
The subconscious was like, I did all this work.
We're traumatized for life.
I know. Wait, so I thought I saw another episode June 10th, or was that the finale?
Oh, is that I thought it was the finale.
I feel like that would have made sense if it was the finale because it ends on such a you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
But then I swear I saw it June 10th.
I mean, I hope so. Wait, what's today? No.
Oh, yeah, because we just watched it.
Yeah.
That one.
June 10th, because it comes out on Wednesdays.
I think it comes out on Tuesdays.
Oh.
Yeah, because I thought it was originally Wednesdays, but then Seb's the one that started noticing, and we watched it a day earlier. But
Seb, that guy coming in clutch.
I know. He's up to date. But I'm excited for Anissa. She just started watching it too. When she came over the other day, we got through episode 1 and most of 2. And I think she watched Sea Hag, but I was like, she's obsessed with Michael Myers.
She's gonna love it.
She loves him like, I feel like kind of like how you kind of love Rasputin a little bit.
I was just waiting.
It's a little like, I'm like, are you in love with him? And he's just gonna be like, shut up. No, but I'm excited for her to watch that one.
That's my type.
That's my type. But yeah, anyway.
All right, sorry. I just felt like we had promised that we were going to tell our opinions on things.
We did, and we
just kind of rambled on about like, did you see that one scene? And you're like, yeah, I did.
Well, I mean, when people watch the show, they'll know what we're talking. It'll be like they're talking to their friends about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, go watch the show and then
let us know. Yeah. You can email us at igsttoystories@gmail.com. And you can tell us your opinion.
Yeah.
You can tell us if you like the ride stories.
Yeah, tell us if you have a favorite episode of Widow's Bay. Mm-hmm. Maybe we should do recap episodes where we watch it together.
Okay.
Let's
do that.
Okay.
Do you guys want bonus ones?
That would
do
be
a bonus.
That would be a fun bonus.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Yay.
Widows yay.
Widows yay. That's what they can be called, the bonus episodes.
I love that.
I love that. You guys just heard that.
Norman's gonna kill us. Anyways,
Norman, you need to be watching Widow's Bay.
If you're not, then watch it.
So if you like that idea, you can also message us on social media at
IGSTTY Pod. We're on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for listening.
Later.